Hello to day 40 out of 100. 40% of the way through. Um, Today, I sent my friend and his brother home, and I'm back to being alone and back to working. I have a pretty busy week this week. Lots of meetings, lots of documents to go through. And I'm back on my diet. I had some pretty amazing, delicious, fatty meals the last few days, and that was pretty nice. But I'm back on the diet and back to, I don't know, I guess productivity. I, there's the us again. I I felt pretty nervous. I felt a little bit of anxiety a few, like the hour or so, or actually the whole day, knowing that I was going to be sending my friends away and then I wasn't going to be having a good excuse to not be doing work to a degree. And when I realized that, well, not when I realized that, I realized that all throughout the day, but there was a point throughout the day where I was just like, okay, like I don't need to be feeling this impending doom kind of anxiety around this stuff. I'm gonna take care of it, and it's gonna be fine, and I don't need to keep feeling like this about the work. And that made me feel better about it. And so when I sent them off, I just, instead of procrastinating, what I do? I did some dishes. I sat down on my computer, sent off a text I needed to send, and then just got straight to work and took care of it. Then for dinner, I thought that maybe I would get a little lazy and not cook, but I cooked a quick meal up and I ate, and now I'm full and I'm back on track, which feels good. Today, what I want to talk about is something that I've been contemplating the last week or so, and that is the fact that I want to make another commitment for the time being, just to kind of see how it feels and see how my body responds. And that commitment is to do some do some semen retention, which there's Nas again, which may sound a little funky to some of you watching this, or maybe not, because everyone watching this so far, like lately, has seems like it's been just the people who know about this. And yeah, I wanna say this out loud so that I feel like with the weed right now, I don't feel like I need anyone accountable to be accountable to, because I just feel the benefits of it, and I feel immediately the difference in my mood and my energy and my productivity and my motivation and all that stuff, because I stopped smoking weed or stopped ingesting it. And the semen retention thing is a little different because I have not felt the drastic differences in my life from doing things like this. And so it's hard to really reason with myself to stick to it. And so I figured if I make this public, then it'll be a little bit easier to have a reason to not do this stuff. And by this stuff, I mean I was trying to think of a euphemism, but you know, you know. So yeah, I think this is just where I need to start with. I need to start with some accountability to get me to stop doing it. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And if I end up failing to commit to this, then I'll just have to be honest and announce it publicly on these videos and bask in the failure of that, which I don't want to do. So hopefully this will make it so that I don't. So yeah, that's there's Oz. That's what I want to say today, because I've felt at minimum the negative effects of spending the time not retaining my there's my semen. I don't know why it feels a little awkward to say that. The negative effects I feel from that are, well, like the first thing that comes up is just time. Like it gets into my sleep because I would do it before bed, and then I sleep a little later. And sometimes in the morning, it gets in the way of my gym time or just my time to be productive, because I'll spend some time doing that instead of getting ready, or instead of getting ready. And even if it's just 20-30 minutes, there's a lot I can get done in 20 and 30 minutes. And I at least want to save that time to do other things. And I think also there's an effect of just how I feel like it has some effect on my energy levels. Like there were times I did it intentionally because I thought I would get tired after it and I could fall asleep better. But now that I'm thinking about it, that's a bit counterintuitive, because I cut into my sleep to do it. And so I don't feel like I need to do that anymore. And I'm assuming if I do it in the daytime, then I have a little less energy at points. And that's energy that I could be spending on doing a lot of other things. If not work, at least reading or something. Just like another thing I want to try getting into is just improving my handwriting. It's not bad or anything right now, but I just want I want to spend more time writing letters and writing. And if I'm going to do that, I kind of want my handwriting to be prettier, because it'll just look nice and the things I write will look prettier. And so I bought a bunch of paper recently. I think I showed that. And I'm looking for some nice pens. And I want to spend more time just practicing handwriting again. I'm going to write probably just pages of A's and B's and C's until just naturally they come out a little more neat and consistent and aesthetic. I think that'll just be a fun little project to do. So that's another commitment. So yeah, those are two definite things that I want to commit to as of right now. There are some other things that I don't know if I can commit to right now, but maybe I should just say what I can think of out loud just so that it's in my mind. And those things are that I want to pretty up my house a little more. I want to decorate. I want to maybe look for more plants and get used to taking care of those. Ideally, ones that I can leave for long periods of time. Though I don't know if that's possible because sometimes I'm expecting to be gone for a good period of time soon. But at least like decorations, I want to find more things to decorate my place with. I want to kind of change up the theme of this place from being just white to maybe a mix of white and blue for the sake of this painting. I think it'll work out well. Another thing is that I want to spend more time looking for recipes and spend more time learning to cook better and more proficiently. I want to work on my cutting skills, but I don't want to practice that in the way where you just cut up a ass load of vegetables and uh, the way I plan on improving my cutting skills is just to use more recipes where I have to cut up more vegetables. Is what I'm trying to say. Which will just work out because then I'm eating more vegetables and I'm practicing my cutting skills. Another thing I want to do is just get used to spending more time in transit, like especially because it's getting hot now. I'm a little bit like I don't want to spend time walking in the heat and being on the subways and sweating, but I'm a New Yorker and I think that's just a ridiculous thing to try to avoid. So I want to just try to get used to doing that more and get comfortable with being away from home, spending more time outside, spending more time in cafes or places where I can study, or just looking for places to go, like museums or galleries or cool stores. I would say go out to eat to nice places, but I can't really do that right now. So, yeah. Some other side things I'd like to do are just learn how to play guitar. I would say piano, but I don't have one here. I'd like to learn how to draw better, but that's a whole nother project. I want to, like, in line with the decorating thing, I want to be able to redesign or figure out the layout of some of the furniture here to look a little nicer, because I have an extra desk right now that's just kind of sitting over there and it's kind of messy. And there's some things I need to fix in the house that I keep forgetting about. So I need to remember to do that. I'm just listing off a to-do list at this point. But yeah, I think that's good for now. That's there's those. That's what I want to. Those are some of the things I want to do. The first two things I definitely want to do. And I will be doing that. I guess the first three things. I'll be doing that. And I will hopefully not fail. So, thank you for witnessing. if I fail at least the semen retention thing, I was gonna say feel free to shame me, but I don't think that's I don't think that's necessary. I'll shame myself, but not in like a really bad way. But just the degree that I deserve. So yeah, um, thank you for watching. I'm excited to be back in my routine, and I will be back again for day 41.